My child, attention, listen carefully now. Stop what you are doing and come fully here. Do not skip this. Do not treat this as noise. This is not content to consume. This is a deliberate interruption. When I interrupt you like this, it is because movement is required. If you are hearing this now, it is because the window is near and your spirit already recognizes it. This is divine timing meeting your life in real time, not early, not late, exact. Hear me. Do not ask again for what I already answered in your spirit. You do not need another sign. You do not need to survey the crowd one more time to see if it is safe to do what I have already told you to do. You have asked me repeatedly, and I have already placed the answer within you, quietly, steadily, repeatedly. That internal yes that kept returning, that caution that would not release you, that persistent direction that sat in your chest, even while your mind tried to explain it away. That was me. I did not stutter. I did not go silent to confuse you. I answered, and I am answering again by interrupting you now. My child, listen carefully. This is my strongest nudge yet, not a threat, not shame. Mercy increased, clarity increased. I am not scolding you. I am positioning you. I am not entertaining you. I am appointing you. I am drawing a clean line in your awareness, so you can choose without the fog that delay creates. You asked me to make it plain. I am making it plain. The issue is not lack of information. The issue is response. Alignment is not forced. It is responded to. Your next growth is not in learning more. It is in obeying what you already know. Do not scroll past this. Do not hurry your mind away. Do not distract yourself with another helpful thing to read or watch, so that you can avoid the one simple act that would honor what I have spoken within you. Your attention right now is your first act of obedience. Stay here with me. Breathe. Let the weight of this settle. Let it clear your arguments. I see every reason you have collected to delay. I see every fear that whispers later. I see the way you tidy your questions to justify standing still, researching, double-checking, waiting for perfect conditions, asking 3 more people for counsel. You already know you will not follow. My child, enough. Do not ask again for what I already answered in your spirit. You have been more ready than you think. I have been preparing you in ways you did not label preparation. I watched you keep your character when it would have been easier to cut corners. I watched you tend small things when no one clapped for you. I watched you stretch to forgive when bitterness felt like armor. Those were not wasted. That endurance shaped you. It strengthened you. It positioned you for this exact moment. The tug you feel is not random. It is alignment forming into instruction. Silence was not absence. Silence was alignment forming. And now the alignment has matured into a clear, simple next step that you already carry inside. If you are seeing this now, it is finally your time. Do you hear me? It is not hype. It is not a trick of your emotions. It is not you being dramatic. It is me cutting through the background noise saying, attend to what I have said within you and move. The window is not an idea. It is a real opening. Windows open for those who are ready to step through. Readiness is not perfection. Readiness is willingness. You have willingness. You have it because you kept coming back to me. Because you kept listening even when you felt nothing, because you chose honesty over performance. I honor that, and I call it forward now. You are not behind. You are not late. You are not forgotten in the crowd. You are not stuck because doors hate you. You were paused because you were being positioned, and now I am pressing on the very place you have postponed. That press you feel right now, it is not pressure to perform. It is me positioning you to respond. Let the fear of missing out on my timing be replaced with the faith of stepping inside it. My timing does not rush and it does not lag. It aligns. When I interrupt, it is because movement is required. I know the particular instruction that is living in you. I know its shape. I know the person you need to call, the boundary you need to set, the conversation you must have, the application you must submit, the message you must send, the calendar shift you must make, the habit you must lay down, the room you must leave, the small beginning you must choose. I will not overwhelm you with the whole staircase. I am asking for the next step you have avoided. Just that. That is where your peace will meet you. That is where your clarity will multiply. Do not ask again for what I already answered in your spirit. Ask me for courage to do it, and take it. Stay with me. Let my voice be louder than your rehearsed objections. Hear this line and hold it close. I am not pressuring you. I am positioning you. I am not here to frighten you. I am here to free you from the cycle of almost obedience that drains your strength. You have asked me for open doors. Honor the key I placed in your hand. You have asked me for confirmation. Honor the confirmation I lodged in your spirit. You have asked me for peace. Honor the path that peace is pointing to. Peace stands on the other side of response. Now decide to honor what you already know. Say in your heart, "Yes, Lord, I receive what you have said within me, and I will move." That simple yes right here is not small. It is the hinge. It is the way you treat my voice as true. It is the way you step out of the fog and into alignment. Let your yes be clean. Let it be free from negotiation. Let it be present, not theoretical. I am with you in the yes, and I will meet you in motion. My child, attention. Do not skip this. Do not treat this as noise. If you are hearing this now, it is because I chose this moment to meet you, to end the confusion of delay disguised as wisdom, and to set your feet on the path you already carry inside. This is my strongest nudge yet. Receive it as mercy. Receive it as clarity. Receive it as appointment. And respond. My child, stay here with me. Breathe and listen. You already know, and that knowing has been knocking quietly for a long time. It came to you as a thought that would not retire after the day ended. It returned in the shower, in the car, in the in-between places where your defenses were tired, and your heart could rise. It sat inside your chest while you were busy convincing yourself you needed more data. It visited you at night when the house was finally quiet. It surfaced in your prayer and in your work. It did not demand. It invited. That was me. Name it. The gentle discomfort when you said yes to what I had already asked you to release. Do you remember that weight that did not feel like peace? That was not anxiety. That was transition. The recurring conviction when you nearly sent the message you knew would reopen what I closed. Do you remember how your fingers hovered and your spirit felt a check? That was not overthinking. That was alignment guarding you. The way one direction kept offering you an odd calm while all other options multiplied your noise. Do you remember how peace kept pointing to the same simple thing? That was not random. That was me, returning until you honored it. I do not shout to manipulate you. I nudge to align you. I am not in the business of forcing your will. I am shaping your attention. My voice does not compete with chaos. It calls you out of it. That is why the knowing often came soft. That is why it came as a whisper you could ignore if you really tried. Because love invites and does not coerce. But do not mistake gentleness for lack of seriousness. A whisper from me weighs more than a storm from elsewhere. My nudges carry the gravity of my timing. They do not flatter, they focus. I saw the moments you felt it rise in you, and you swallowed it back down. I was there when you rehearsed your honesty in the mirror, and then chose diplomacy instead of obedience. I watched you draft the boundary and then soften it, because you feared being misunderstood. I heard you pray, Lord, make it clear, right after clarity had already visited you for the third time that week. I am not shaming you, I am showing you. The pattern is visible now. The inner witness has been faithful. You have not been deserted to guesswork. You have been guided. This is what knowing looks like in your spirit. It is the quiet certainty that returns after distractions fade, after the podcast ends, after the group chat cools, after the adrenaline settles. The same direction stands in the room like a friend who refused to leave you alone in a storm. It is the one step that bears a strange steadiness, even while your nerves shake. It is the instruction that does not get louder with hype. It gets clearer with stillness. It is the truth that makes you lighter when you admit it, and heavier when you bury it. The knowing does not expand into 10 new arguments. It contracts into one faithful move. Hear me. I was preparing your heart before I moved your circumstances. That restlessness you interpreted as failure to be content was not immaturity. It was transition waking you up. That irritation you felt in rooms you once loved was not ingratitude. It was growth outpacing old containers. That tug you felt when your name was mentioned for opportunities I never promised you, that was not self-sabotage. It was discernment steering you away from counterfeit openings. Awareness changes direction before outcomes ever do. You have been ahead of the manifestation, not mistaken about it. You asked me if you were making it up. You asked me if you were being dramatic. My child, no. I do not toy with your heart. I do not plant convictions inside you to laugh as you chase them. When I want to align you, I do not raise the volume of fear. I raise the fidelity of peace. Peace has been speaking, and peace has been consistent. You recognized it each time you said, "This seems simple, almost too simple," and your chest unclenched. Simplicity is often how I save you from spirals. The enemy loves complication. I love clarity. You tried to negotiate with the knowing by drowning it in activity, more research, more counsel, more side quests that made you feel productive while avoiding the one clean step. I watched you refresh your inbox to see if external confirmation would let you postpone courage a little longer. But even then, when the noise subsided, the same instruction remained, patient and present, waiting for you to treat it as real. Because it is real. It is me. The progression has been steady. A hint became a pattern. A pattern became a conviction. A conviction became instruction. Instruction has now become threshold. What was private is asking to become public. This is not about a stage. This is about integrity. It is about your actions catching up to what your spirit already agreed with me about. I am not rushing you. I am revealing that you are already further along than you realized. You have lived in agreement internally. Now live in agreement externally. Let your calendar say what your spirit has been saying. Let your words match your knowing. Let your steps honor your yes. Do not wait for the buzz of adrenaline to carry you. I am not sending hype. I am sending help. My spirit steadies, not sensationalizes. Stay sensitive to the signals I have been using, the soft check that says, "Not that way," the gentle wait that says, "Pause," the clean wind that says, "Go now." I have trained you to recognize me in small things, so you will trust me in larger ones. This is how we walk, a nudge, a yes, a step, and then the next. Silence was not absence. Silence was alignment forming, and the alignment has already formed into knowing. So, my child, honor it, call it what it is, guidance. Treat it with the weight it deserves. Stop labeling it as worry when it is wisdom. Stop calling it confusion when it is conviction. Stop telling yourself you need a louder sign when what you truly need is a quieter room. Sit with me for a breath, and you will feel that same direction rise again, calm and insistent, holy and familiar. Do not push it down this time. Receive it, Speak it, step with it. Your repeated inner knowing is not random. It is my guidance returning until you honor it. And when you honor it, you will find that the peace you have been chasing has been waiting on the other side of your acknowledgement. I am with you in the knowing. I am with you in the next move it demands. Stay here, listen, and let your life agree with what your spirit already heard. My child, stay with me and let me speak plainly, safely, and with love that does not look away. I am going to name how you have been avoiding me without calling it disobedience. This is not to humiliate you. This is to free you. I am not scolding you to crush you. I am correcting you to free you. Receive this as care. Receive this as precision. Receive this as the mercy that tells the truth before the window moves. You called it research, but it was delay. You called it waiting for wisdom, but it was avoidance in a wise costume. You called it prudence, but it was fear rehearsed until it sounded like virtue. You created a sanctuary called later and moved in. Later after the next paycheck. Later after the next holiday. Later after the next conversation. Later when you feel braver. Later when you have more time. But later did not make you braver. Later made you busier. Later stacked reasons until the step I asked for began to look large when it is still in essence small. You keep asking for a clearer sign so you don't have to take a clearer step. Hear me again. You keep asking for a clearer sign so you don't have to take a clearer step. You have tried to outsource courage to confirmation. You have said, if 3 unrelated things happen today, then I will know, while ignoring the one related thing I repeated inside you for months. You prayed for green lights in the sky because facing the green light in your spirit is costly. I do not mock you for this. I understand your fear, but I am removing the false reliefs that have kept you circling. One more video, one more conversation, one more confirmation, one more pros and cons list, one more loop around the same mountain. These have become your coping loops. They offer a dopamine of delay, comfort without commitment, relief without risk, the illusion of movement without obedience. And yet, after each loop, peace still waits at the same doorway. You feel the relief fade, the noise return, and the same instruction stand patiently where you left it. This is why you are tired. Partial motion expends energy without arriving. Negotiated obedience drains peace. Perfectionism has been your most polite saboteur. You wanted to do it right, so you postponed doing it at all. You waited for the entire staircase to be blueprinted when I only asked for the next step. You rewrote drafts that never needed publishing. You re-edited boundaries until they lost their edge. You simulated outcomes until you scared yourself back into safety. You called this stewardship. Sometimes it was, but often it was fear in a suit, polished and persuasive, still fear. Wisdom gathers what it needs and moves. Fear hoards information and never leaves the house. Self-protection has been masquerading as wisdom too. You kept a back door unlocked just in case, and then wondered why conviction could not fill the room. You kept old numbers in your phone because we ended politely, and then wondered why your resolve felt thin. You said yes while building a soft no in your calendar. You kept the relationship undefined to avoid the pain of defining it. You said, I will honor my peace, while scheduling yourself into chaos. That is why your chest tightens when you think about the step. I am pressing on the locks you refuse to change. Let me help you close what does not carry you forward. Overthinking has posed as discernment. Discernment is clear and quiet. Overthinking is loud and endless. Discernment points and releases. Overthinking circles and clutches. You have made rooms in your mind for every what if, except what if I simply obey? You asked, what if I fail? What if they misunderstand? What if it costs me? You rarely asked, what if grace meets me? What if peace multiplies? What if obedience shortens the road I have been lengthening? Your mind built scenarios. My spirit offers steps. Choose steps. I have watched you call more people than you needed to call because you hoped to borrow their certainty and delay your own resolve. I saw you ask the same question 3 ways, to 3 different voices, waiting for someone to give you permission to ignore what you know. I love that you seek counsel. I love that you invite wisdom, but counsel was meant to confirm courage, not replace it. Wisdom is agreement with what I already said to you. Stop asking for permission to disobey politely. There is a bargain you keep trying to make with me. Lord, show me irrefutable proof, and I will move. Hear me, what you call proof, I call control. Faith is not control with religious language. Faith is trust that responds. I have given you proof suited to your spirit. Repeated peace pointing to the same action, conviction that rises when you name the step aloud, unrest when you plan to do the opposite, and a quiet strength when you picture doing the small thing I asked. That is the witness you need. Trust it, honor it, move with it. Understand my urgency. When I nudge repeatedly, it is because timing is forming and your yes must meet it. My timing does not bully, it aligns. Windows open to those who are willing to step through them, and windows do not remain open out of sentimentality. I am not threatening you. I am telling you how alignment works. Delays once served you as protection. They will not serve you as a lifestyle. The season has shifted. Moving slowly is not always moving wisely. Sometimes moving slowly is another name for fear. I am not condemning you. I am clearing the fog you used to make the road look complicated. The road is not complicated. The road is this. Admit where you have avoided me and do the next right thing you have been postponing. Name it now, out loud if you must, in writing if you will. This is the step I have avoided. Put language on it so the enemy loses the power of vagueness over you. Vague delay thrives in unconfessed spaces. Clarity collapses it. Here is deliverance that looks ordinary. Close the extra tab you keep studying to stall the phone call. Draft the boundary and send it as written, without softening it into nothing. Remove the numbers you keep reopening. Take the application you already filled halfway and submit it today. Put the time for me on your calendar as the first thing, not the leftover thing. Decline the invitation that dilutes your focus. Say yes where peace has been consistent and fear keeps inventing excuses. Do not wait for a rush. You will feel steadier in motion than in analysis. My child, I saw every time you tried to be brave and then talked yourself out of it because you feared being too much, too soon, or too honest. I honor your tenderness. I honor your desire not to hurt others. But listen, boundaries are not harm. They are stewardship. Clarity is not cruelty. It is kindness. Simplicity is not naivety. It is power. Your calling deserves the protection you keep reserving for other people's preferences. Let me teach you the courage that keeps you soft and makes you clear. You are not bad for avoiding. You are human and you are loved, and you are being led into maturity. You are not being exposed to be shamed. You are being revealed to be strengthened. I chose you not because you never hesitated, but because you kept returning even after you did. Many start strong. Few stay steady. You stayed. Now stay steady in obedience. Stop dressing fear as wisdom. Stop calling delay discernment. Call it what it is, and then let it go. This is the kindness of my interruption. I am putting language to your patterns so you can put motion to your yes. Silence was not absence. Silence was alignment forming. Now alignment calls for action. When I say move, I am not entertaining you. I am appointing you. When I say now, I am not pressuring you. I am positioning you. Let the relief you crave come from obedience, not avoidance. Let your peace be powered by integrity, not negotiation. Take the step you already know. I am with you in it. I will meet you in motion. My child, listen carefully now. You called it waiting, but some of it was hesitation disguised as being wise. I say this with love that does not flinch and patience that does not spoil. I honored the seasons where waiting was protection. I sheltered you when doors were not yet built to bear your weight. The delay was not denial. The delay was preparation. But hear me clearly. Not all delay belonged to me. Some delay was you hiding from the weight of obedience under a blanket called later. I am patient, but I will not let you keep shrinking when I have been stretching you. I watched you grow through storms and come out with a softer heart and stronger spine. I enlarged your capacity so you could carry what is next without bending into old contortions. Now, when you pull back and call it prudence, it grieves your own growth. It dishonors the formation you asked me for. I am not angry with you. I am aligning you. The love that held you still when stillness was wisdom is the same love that says move when motion is wisdom. Understand my timing. My timing does not rush and it does not lag. It aligns. Alignment is not panic, it is precision. When I say now, I am not pressing you toward chaos. I am pointing you toward convergence. I see factors you cannot see. I hear conversations you were not in. I measure weight you cannot feel yet. When I nudge you at a particular moment, it is because the path that seemed scattered has quietly straightened for your step. I am not entertaining you. I am appointing you, not early, not late, exact. You learned to wait, and that was holy. Waiting taught you restraint, listening, patience. It taught you to trust me when noise was loud and answers were quiet. But somewhere waiting turned into shelter. Later became a house you decorated. You put your bed there, your calendar there, your courage there. Later, when the conditions are perfect. Later, when the bank account feels larger. Later, when they finally understand you. Later, when you are no longer nervous. My child, later is a horizon that backs away when obedience approaches. Later gave you a sense of safety without the substance of it. Here is the evidence that some of your waiting was hesitation. Peace kept pointing to a simple step, but heaviness grew instead of rest. You felt clarity in prayer, but you bled it out in analysis. The same conversation replayed with new faces, but never resolved, because only your obedience could end it. Your dreams felt distant, not because I was cruel, but because you kept setting them 2 steps ahead of your feet. What you call delay, your spirit has known as avoidance. And avoidance is exhausting. It is why your shoulders ache and your mind keeps circling hours after the day ends. Negotiated obedience drains peace. Let me tell you what hesitation costs. It creates repeated cycles. You see the same lesson return with a new name. Different month, same stall. Hesitation dulls sensitivity. When you ignore a nudge, you train yourself to go numb. The voice you once recognized in a whisper now requires a storm to get your attention. Not because I am louder, but because your yes grew slow. Hesitation multiplies fear. Fear grows in the shadow of indecision. It shrinks in the light of a clean choice. Hesitation also invites counterfeit wisdom to govern you. Endless caution dressed as maturity that never reaches action. Caution has a place. Control does not. I called you to be wise, not immobilized. I have seen every reason you have used to defend waiting. I am protecting relationships. I am budgeting wisely. I am seeking counsel. Many of those reasons were valid in their time. Counsel confirms courage. It does not cancel it. Stewardship plans a path for obedience. It does not postpone it into oblivion. Protecting relationships does not mean betraying your calling to keep everyone comfortable. I gave you a soft heart, not a silent one. I gave you a discerning mind, not a paralyzed one. I will not let you keep shrinking when I have been stretching you. Listen to the difference between sacred waiting and disguised hesitation. Holy waiting makes you lighter in your honesty. Hesitation makes you heavier in your avoidance. Holy waiting deepens your roots and simplifies your attention. Hesitation thins your resolve and complicates simple things. Holy waiting keeps your ears open and your hands ready. Hesitation keeps your ears distracted and your hands full of decoys. You know the difference. Your spirit has told you. The room you thought was wisdom has slowly filled with air that makes you sleepy, not strong. Wake up now, not with adrenaline, with clarity. Silence was not absence. Silence was alignment forming, but alignment formed to an edge, and edges require steps. You have been positioned at a threshold. Windows open for those who are willing to step through. Windows do not remain open out of sentimentality. This is not a scare tactic. This is how alignment works. If you keep calling hesitation wisdom, you will miss the peace that sits on the other side of an honest yes. I will not ask you to leap without me. I ask you to step with me. I do not hand you cliffs and call them faith. I give you steps and walk them with you. I go before you to make the path straight. I stand with you to steady your knees. I come behind you to guard what you have closed. When you move with me, you are not reckless. You are responsive. Responsiveness is your maturity now. You grew in endurance. Now grow in response time. Immediate obedience does not mean mindless obedience. It means you stop building sophisticated objections to simple truth. It means you stop waiting for the rush and start trusting the peace. My child, I know the exact place where later has become your hiding. You have polished it with explanations that sound beautiful to anyone who does not carry your knowing. But you and I know. And because I love you, I will not collude with the story that keeps you smaller than what I formed in you. I am patient, but I will not let you keep shrinking when I have been stretching you. I am kind, but I will not let kindness be misnamed as passivity. I am gentle, but I am not vague. This is me, right now, removing the mask from hesitation and returning you to courage. Breathe. Feel the steadiness of my presence where panic once lived. I am not rushing you. I am positioning you. I am not shouting. I am clarifying. Gather what you actually need. No more, no less. Make the call. Submit the application. Send the boundary as it stands. Put me first on your calendar. Clear the room that dilutes your resolve. These are not leaps into darkness. They are steps into alignment. In motion, I will adjust your pace. In honesty, I will multiply your peace. In obedience, you will feel your sensitivity return, sharp and sweet, like coming home. You asked me for favor. Favor often looks like timing. Timing often looks like a small door that opens when you place your hand on the knob. Place your hand now. Do not worship later. Do not canonize hesitation and call it holiness. Some waiting was preparation, but your next season requires you to stop using later as shelter. Step with me. Let the weight you have carried move from your chest to your feet in forward motion. I am with you. I will meet you in motion, and you will find that the peace you have been hunting will finally find you back, not in theories of wisdom, but in the simplicity of your yes. My child, listen carefully now. Do not skip this. Do not treat this as noise. You wrestled most when you misnamed the quiet. You called it distance. You called it abandonment. You called it punishment for not being perfect. Hear me, silence was not absence. Silence was alignment forming. I was not gone. I was working at a depth in you that words would have only interrupted. I did not withhold myself. I withheld the noise that kept you from recognizing me. I saw the nights you questioned if you imagined my promise. I saw your chest ache with the weight of uncertainty. I saw you stare at ceilings that would not answer you back. I saw the way you whispered, "Was that just me?" And then, weary and still faithful, you got up again and tried. I took note of every morning you rose without a rush of proof and still chose integrity. I honored the day you returned to your post with no applause, no spotlight, just a quiet yes that nobody else heard. Do you think I am casual with such courage? I am not. I have stored every unseen yes like seed, and now the field you thought was barren is beginning to show signs of life. You wondered why clarity seemed to lag. You prayed for the sky to split, and I gave you stillness instead. I was strengthening your discernment so you would not confuse comfort with confirmation. I was training your ear to recognize peace over popularity, alignment over adrenaline, fidelity over flattery. I let certain doors stay quiet so your appetite would detox from urgency and attention. I allowed you to sit with questions long enough to outgrow your need for easy answers. Easy would have thrilled your nerves and left your spirit shallow. Formation made you steady. Silence slowed your reflex to chase the loudest room. Silence let motives settle to the bottom so the water of your heart could clear. Silence removed the crowd's echo so you could hear how my peace actually sounds in you. Clean, weighty, unanxious, unobligated to impress anyone. Silence dismantled the belief that clarity must be dramatic to be divine. I do not need theatrics to guide you. I breathe and mountains move. I whisper and your path aligns. In the quiet, I separated comfort from calling. I let you feel the tug of something costly, something simple but real, so you could practice saying yes without the crutch of external validation. I gave you ordinary days to build extraordinary faithfulness. I called you to do small things when no one watched, so that later, when people do, your actions will still be for me. I kept you from the counterfeit rush that would have applauded you into compromise. I made you allergic to performance so you could be loyal to presence. You said, "But I cannot tell if this is you or if this is fear." So I refined your palate. I let you taste the difference between pressure and prompting, between panic and peace, between hype and holy weight. I let a plan that stroked your ego feel strangely heavy, and a path that looked quiet feel surprisingly light. That was not confusion, that was calibration. Discernment grows when you sit long enough with me to notice what stays when the emotion fades. What stayed was me. Hear this and let it land. You are not late. You are not forgotten. You are not background to someone else's story. You are being positioned to carry what you asked for. Not because you were flawless, but because you were willing. I watched you surrender your timeline. I watched you delete what kept you numb. I watched you choose truth when spin would have worked. Many start with fanfare. Few stay steady through silence. You stayed. Selection is not about speed. It is about substance. Your endurance has become evidence. I did not go silent to punish you. I went quiet to prepare you. I was building capacity in you. I was widening your inner room so that the weight of what is coming would not crack your foundations. I was strengthening your no so your yes could be clean. I was healing the reflex to apologize for clarity. I was teaching you to hold boundary and beauty at the same time. I was shaping your patience until it became authority, not resignation. I was making sure that when doors open, you would walk through, not wander around them, seeking permission. Do you feel the shift now? The air around you is different. What once felt far keeps brushing the edge of your day. The sense that something is about to tip is not anxiety. It is alignment nearing the surface. The pressure you feel is not punishment. It is proximity. The alignment is close enough that you can feel it. This is why the nudge is stronger. This is why the same instruction now hums with weight. This is divine timing meeting your life in real time. Not early, not late, exact. When I interrupt like this, it is because movement is required. But do not mistake urgency for danger. I am not rushing you. I am positioning you. You do not need to sprint. You need to respond. The road will not demand drama, only a clean step. The silence you feared has already done its work. It has turned you into someone to whom I can entrust clarity without it turning into control. You learned to prefer my presence over proof. Now proof will follow presence as you walk. Let me revisit the ache I saw in you because I honor it. I saw the messages you didn't send so you would not betray your growth. I saw the invites you declined though you wanted to feel included. I saw the projects you quietly finished even when applause died. I saw your hands open when you wanted to clutch. I saw how you kept worship when you were tired of being brave without visible reward. None of that evaporated into the air. It formed fiber in you. It made you a home for peace. It made you a person who can carry weight without broadcasting strain. And now, my child, let me soothe the last sting of those misread moments. The room where you thought I ignored you. Look again. Notice how your reactions softened over months. Notice how your words carry weight they did not have before. Notice how drama no longer seduces you like it did. Notice how you can tell faster when something is off. That is alignment formed. That is not accidental maturity. That is chosen transformation. You walked with me through the hallway of quiet, so we could emerge into a doorway that fits you. So take this into your bones. Silence was not absence. Silence was alignment forming. I was preparing your heart before I moved your circumstances. Awareness changes direction before outcomes ever do. You were ahead of the manifestation, not mistaken about it. The reason it feels louder now without sound is because your inner ear is tuned. The reason it feels weightier now without words is because your inner yes is ready. The reason time feels tighter is because the window is real. I am not entertaining you. I am appointing you. This is the moment where the story you lived inside begins to agree with the steps you take outside. Breathe with me. Place your hand on the knob of the small door I keep showing you. Do not wait for thunder. The whisper is the point. The whisper is sufficient. You asked me for clarity. I gave you calibration. You asked me for a sign. I gave you strength to recognize my peace. And now, because alignment has formed, clarity will feel like home instead of a test. Walk with me into it. Name the quiet correctly, bless the work it did, and then let it release you into motion. What felt like silence was me shaping you for what your next yes will require. And now that yes is near enough to touch, step with me, not in panic, in precision, in peace that finally feels like your language. My child, attention. Listen carefully now. This is my strongest nudge yet, not because I am angry, but because the window is real and it is near. I am increasing clarity because your moment is approaching. I am tightening the focus because alignment has reached a point where response matters. When I speak like this, it is mercy meeting timing. It is love guarding opportunity. It is precision, not pressure. If you are seeing this now, it is finally your time. Not early, not late, exact. I want you to feel the difference between panic and proximity. Panic shouts, proximity hums with weight. What you feel in your chest is not doom. It is the nearness of a doorway prepared for you. Windows open for those who are ready to step through. Moments like this are not repeated casually. They are not scarce because I am cruel. They are significant because I am purposeful. I do not treat thresholds as hobbies. I do not send random gusts of wind. I align, I converge, I appoint. Do not mistake the strength of this nudge for threat. I am not threatening you. I am inviting you into the hour I have been shaping you for. I am not waving consequences over your head. I am placing a key in your hand. This is not entertainment. This is not motivation. This is alignment meeting your life in real time. When I interrupt, it is because movement is required. When I grow louder in a whisper, it is because the timing is tighter. When I call your attention like this, it is because the path under your feet has quietly straightened and is waiting for your step. Let me name the signs of this window so you can stop doubting your own awareness. Restlessness that does not feel like anxiety, but like outgrowing old rooms. You look at patterns that once fit and they now pinch. Schedules that once soothed now feel like sandpaper on your spirit. Conversations that used to energize you leave you strangely empty. That is not you being ungrateful. That is you outgrowing what cannot carry you forward. Loss of peace in familiar places. You return to what used to be easy, and something clean inside you sighs, not anymore. Tasks that once gave you a sense of control now feel heavy without purpose. Crowds you once craved now sound like noise against the frequency of your calling. That is not burnout. That is alignment asking for room. I am not removing comfort to punish you. I am making space so courage can breathe. Repeated opportunities returning to your doorstep. Invitations that once came too soon now arrive again at the right size. A conversation you avoided resurfaces with gentler edges. A door that closed with a thud before now sits ajar. A person you needed to release stays away. And the peace you felt about it does not evaporate. A project that never left your heart keeps circling back. Refusing to die. That is not random. That is timing making another pass for a ready heart. Internal clarity becoming simple, even as your mind tries to complicate it. When you name the next step, your spirit feels settled. When you propose alternatives, you feel heavy and scattered. When you picture obeying, peace advances. When you stall, agitation grows. That is not guilt. That is guidance. Do not argue with the compass you ask me for. And yes, there is a quiet urgency threading your days. Not dread, not frenzy, just a gentle insistence that now matters. You notice phrases like later tasting stale. You feel allergic to the excuses that used to satisfy you. You sense that efficiency without obedience is empty. All of this signals a window. All of this is your life brushing up against timing that has finally matured. Hear me again. I am not entertaining you. I am appointing you. I am not rushing you. I am positioning you. My timing does not rush and it does not lag. It aligns. The strength you feel in this nudge is me gathering your attention so that your yes can meet the moment I designed for it. I will not send you scrambling into chaos. I will usher you into convergence with a step so simple it may offend your old need for drama. Stay here with me. Be still. Do not run to perform. Do not sprint to prove you're listening. Sit long enough to let peace finish speaking. Your next instruction will sound simple, but it will change the direction. I will not hand you a maze. I will hand you a move. The smallest turn at a true threshold changes the whole road beyond it. Do not despise the size of the instruction. Honor the weight of its placement. Let me guide your heart in the stillness. Release the urge to poll your fear. Release the habit of checking old maps for a new route. Release the noise that tells you important things must be loud. You learned my whisper in silence. Now let that whisper guide your step. Put your hand back on the small door I showed you. Name the simple obedience. The call, the boundary, the submission, the start, the stop. Do not inflate it. Do not deflate it. Just do it cleanly. I know what you worry about. What if I miss it? What if I move and it is the wrong window? Hear me, alignment is not a tightrope. It is a path with grace along the edges. I am a shepherd, not a trepsetter. If you move with me, you will find correction gentle and redirection near. The danger is not in a clean yes. The danger is in training your heart to ignore me. This is why I nudge strongly now. to restore your responsiveness, and to honor the time that has come. You have been faithful in a long hallway. You have carried weight without broadcasting strain. You have allowed silence to form discernment rather than bitterness. I saw it all. I marked it. That endurance is why I can speak to you like this and trust your heart to hear what I mean. You are not being overwhelmed. You are being awakened. You are not being pressured. You are being positioned. Many start strong. Few stay steady. You stayed. Now let your steadiness become motion. Do not look backward for approval to go forward. Do not wait for those who do not carry this instruction to bless what their ears were not tuned to hear. Counsel has its place, but this window is between your spirit and my voice. I will confirm in peace. I will fortify you in quiet. I will meet you in the simple step that looks small and turns the whole direction of your days. So, my child, attention again. Stay with me a moment longer. Let the noise settle to the floor. Let the weight of this find a home in you. Do not skip this. Do not dilute it. When I say, now, I am not calling for a sprint. I am calling for a clean step. When I say, this is the window, I am not daring you to guess. I am inviting you to agree. Place your hand on what I have shown you. Breathe. Say yes. Move with me. This is divine timing meeting your life in real time. The nudge is stronger because the timing is tighter. The window is real and it is near. Step through. I am with you. My child, attention. Do not skip this. Listen carefully now. Stop negotiating with me. Your peace has been thinning because your obedience has been partial. Not because you are rebellious at heart, but because you have learned to obey the parts that feel safe and postpone the parts that press on your pride, your comfort, your relationships. You took the pieces of my instruction that fit your plan and left the rest for later. That is negotiation, not alignment. That is why you feel weary in places that should be rested by now. Hear me with love and clarity. You are tired because you keep carrying a decision you refuse to make. The weight is not in the step, it is in the stall. The heaviness is not in the boundary itself. It is in the door you keep propping open after I told you to close it. The drain is not in the conversation. It is in the hours of rehearsal, avoidance, and editing of truth that keep you up at night. Partial obedience multiplies meetings in your head and starves you of actual movement. That is why your thoughts loop. That is why your shoulders ache. That is why your prayers feel busy but not brave. You are carrying the cost without receiving the peace. Let me name the forms your negotiations have taken, because clarity sets you free. You obey when it does not risk approval, but you delay the honest talk that will end the cycle. You give me your mornings, but keep your calendar owned by what I asked you to release. You step out with your words, but keep a secret path back to what I called you out from, just in case. You change behaviors in public, but you keep the back door of private indulgence unlocked. You set boundaries with soft edges that bend the moment pressure appears. You call it compassion. I call it leakage. Compassion without clarity is corrosion to your calling. You have spiritualized your stalls. You told yourself you were waiting for full peace, yet peace keeps pointing to the step you refuse to take. You asked me for a second, third, and fourth confirmation after you already knew. You over-researched to delay a decision that only honesty can make. You told yourself you were protecting someone from disappointment, but in truth, you were protecting yourself from discomfort. You printed the map and admired it on the table while refusing to put your foot on the first mile. Hear this in love. Analysis became your alibi. Negotiation became your liturgy. It is time to repent from rehearsing and to return to responding. My timing does not rush and it does not lag. It aligns, and alignment is not forced. It is responded to. I am not calling you to be busy. I am calling you to be aligned. Busyness stirs your nerves and flatters your ego. Alignment steadies your breath and clears your steps. Busyness tries to bargain. If I do more, maybe I can avoid the one thing I know I must do. Alignment is simple. I will do the next right thing I already know. Busyness tries to pay me an effort. Alignment gives me obedience. I do not need your frenzy. I desire your yes. Do you want to know why your peace keeps dipping? Because partial obedience splits your loyalties. Your heart is pulled in two directions, toward what you know is right and toward the comfort of what you refuse to release. A divided heart cannot host full peace. Peace lives where integrity lives. Integrity is not the performance of being flawless. Integrity is the integration of what you know and what you do. Where integrity increases, anxiety decreases. Where obedience meets knowledge, peace returns. I am not scolding you. I am shepherding you. I am not withholding affection. I am guarding your soul. I chose you not because you were perfect, but because you were willing. I saw your willingness in the dark, the unseen yeses, the small obediences no one clapped for. Do not let negotiation choke the very willingness that qualified you. This is me awakening your willingness again, not with shame, with truth, with the reminder that you are most alive when your yes is clean and your no is clear. Let me put a mirror to the moments that have been costing you. You talk about the conversation you need to have, but you keep postponing the call, softening the edge, changing the subject. You say you have closed the chapter, yet you keep checking the door, leaving the lock turned halfway, answering messages that reopen what I closed. You began to build the thing I assigned to you, but you have built around the core instruction instead of through it, decorating the perimeter so you can delay placing the cornerstone. You ask me for peace while keeping the leak open. Peace cannot fill what you keep puncturing. I will tell you something that will disarm your fear. The moment you stop negotiating and simply align, you will feel strength rise that you thought you had lost. You are not fragile, you are formed. You are not late, you are aligned. The same courage that kept you faithful in silence will keep you honest in action, and you are not alone in this step. I go before you into the conversation. I stand with you as you close the door. I come behind you to secure what you seal. Obedience is not abandonment, it is accompaniment. Listen to me. The next step I am requiring is not a big performance. It is not a dramatic announcement. It is not a long speech. It is a single act of honesty with me and with yourself that you then translate into one simple action. Say it plainly to me. I already know. I have been stalling. I choose alignment. Then match that confession with the first small move. Send the message, decline the invitation, schedule the meeting, delete the access, submit the form, clear the calendar block, turn off the faucet that drains your focus. One clean act, no flamboyance, no apology for obeying me. You fear fallout, but I am your fallout shelter. You fear misunderstanding, but I am your witness. You fear loss, but I am the one who adds without sorrow. Yes, some people may not understand. Some comforts may shake. Some illusions will fall. But your peace will return, and with it clarity, and with clarity momentum. Partial obedience has been slowing your life like sand in the gears. Full obedience will oil the hinges of the door I have set before you. Do not try to trade me busyness for obedience. Do not try to offer me sacrifice in place of surrender. I am not impressed by activity that avoids honesty. I am moved by the humble heart that says yes in the place that costs. Say yes where it counts. Do the right thing you already know. Let your calendar and your conversations reflect what your spirit has known for months. Integrity is alignment made visible. Integrity is worship expressed in choices. Breathe here. Let the false urgency of performance fall off of you. Feel the steadiness that comes when the argument ends. You do not need to convince me. You do not need to convince everyone else. You need to agree with me. Agreement will end the inner debate. Agreement will lift the unnamed heaviness. Agreement will free your energy for what actually matters now. You asked me for peace. Peace stands on the other side of your clean yes. My child, attention one more time. Stop negotiating with me, not because I am harsh, but because I am holy and I love your wholeness. I am not forcing you, I am inviting you to freedom. This is divine timing meeting your life in real time. Let willingness wake up. Let honesty lead. Choose integrity over image, alignment over activity, response over rehearsal. Peace returns when you stop negotiating and start aligning your actions with what you already know. Say it with me now, and then step where you have delayed. I am with you. I will meet you in motion, and you will feel the calm you have craved rise to meet your feet as they move. My child, listen carefully now. Do not skip this. The door in front of you does not open to speeches. It opens to steps. Your breakthrough is on the other side of one simple step you have been postponing, not 10 steps, not a 5-year strategy. One clean act of obedience you already know. I am making this practical because I guide steps, not fantasies. I am not asking you to imagine change. I am asking you to make the move that initiates it. Let me name the terrain so you cannot get lost in generalities. Send the message. Make the appointment. Apologize. Apply. Resign. Return. Forgive. Start. Decline. Delete. Schedule. Submit. Ask for help. Say no. Say yes. Close the tab that drains you. Open the file that frees you. Draft the letter and send it before you talk yourself out of honesty. Change the access that keeps temptation at your door. Put the key back where it belongs. Do the one right thing you keep circling without touching. You have prayed for a map, and I am handing you a move. Here is your small yes sequence. One step in the next 24 hours. Real, visible, accountable. One boundary you will set and keep, clear, kind, non-negotiable. One conversation you will initiate, on the calendar with a time and a place. One act of discipline you will practice daily for the next 7 days. Measurable, doable, unglamorous. I am not asking you to feel ready. I am asking you to be willing. Readiness grows as you move. Courage rises as you act. Peace multiplies where integrity lands. Do not wait for a surge of confidence that erases all tremble. I did not promise you the absence of feeling. I promised you my presence in the midst of it. If your hands shake while you dial, they will still be my hands. If your voice wavers when you speak truth, I will steady the words. If your heart feels exposed when you set a boundary, I will be the wall behind you. I will meet you in the step. I will not abandon you mid-obedience. I go before you to prepare the way. I walk with you to strengthen your stance. I come behind you to secure what you seal. Perfectionism is not prudence. It is a stall dressed in excellence. Hear me. No more rehearsing the apology until it is poetry. Say the plain words, I was wrong. I am sorry. No more researching the application until the deadline passes. Fill it out with the light you have and send it. No more editing the boundary into a suggestion. State it cleanly. This no is final. No more decorating the start line with supplies and plans. Start. Press publish. Press submit. Press call. Integrity is not theatrical. It is consistent. Now be still with me for a moment. Quiet your room. Place your hand on your chest. Ask me, what did you already tell me? Do not argue with the first clear answer. Do not invite your fear to a debate. Write the instruction in one sentence, not a paragraph. One sentence. Then assign it a time within the next 24 hours. Put it on your calendar, set an alarm. Prepare the environment so obedience is easier than delay. If your step is to forgive, say it out loud to me and then choose one corresponding act. Release the message draft you were loading. Stop checking the page you used to monitor. Bless them in prayer instead of stalking them in thought. If your step is to leave, write the resignation and schedule the meeting. If your step is to return, buy the ticket, send the text, knock on the door. Humility chooses. If your step is to apologize, choose the time, speak the words, and do not add self-protection to the end of your confession. If your step is to start, create the simple setup, clear the desk, open the document, write for 20 minutes today. If your step is to apply, submit the form before the mood changes. If your step is to set a boundary, communicate it in writing so your future self has a line to hold. Simplicity is strength here. I guide steps, not fantasies. Let that sentence anchor you. Fantasies keep you in a loop of almosts. Almost called, almost began, almost closed, almost free. Steps break the loop. Steps tell the truth. Steps reclaim the hours stolen by indecision. Your mind has rehearsed versions of this for months. Your body must now carry the yes your spirit already gave me. Move your feet where your faith is. Turn alignment into action. I know the systems of avoidance you have built. You ask 3 more people to weigh in so the responsibility blurs. You learn a little more so the clock can run. You tidy the room so you feel productive without changing the thing that matters. You create complex contingencies so you never have to stand inside one clean decision. Hear me in love. Complexity is not wisdom, it is camouflage for fear. The next right thing is often embarrassingly simple. It might fit in one sentence, one meeting, one click, one honest no. Here is how you will walk it out. First, the 24-hour step. Choose it now and say it aloud. Today I will, and finish the sentence. Then act before your courage cools. Second, the boundary. Define it in a single line. What you will no longer do, access, respond to, or allow, and decide one enforcement action you will take the first time it is tested. Third, the conversation. Send a message that sets the meeting. Do not sermonize in text. Keep it simple. I need to speak with you. Are you available at time? Fourth, the discipline. Identify the smallest daily action that carries disproportionate leverage. 15 minutes of deep work, 30 minutes earlier wake up, 1 hour without the app, 1 walk around the block to pray and recalibrate, 1 page written, 1 outreach made, 1 budget entry entered. And do it 7 days in a row without renegotiation. This is not about impressing me. This is about retraining your nervous system to trust your yes. As you step, expect resistance in the air, but rest in peace in your chest. The air may push back. Your peace will pull you forward. Some will prefer the old version of you who folded to keep the room comfortable. Bless them. Do not become them. Your obedience will clarify your circle. Your boundary will refine your bandwidth. Your apology will free your conscience. Your start will attract the resources that waited for your motion. My favor follows function. When you align action to instruction, grace meets you where you move. You fear the unknown outcomes. You imagine scenarios where you lose too much. You rehearse what-ifs until your courage wears thin. Bring those what-ifs to me and then let them go. What if they misunderstand? I will be your vindication in due time. What if it shuts a door? If I wanted that door to stay open, your obedience would not close it. What if you stumble while starting? I will steady you. I am not grading you on elegance. I am growing you in integrity. If you falter, align again at the next breath. Keep the step small and the stance steady. Do not underestimate the holiness of unshowy obedience. Heaven measures weight, not volume. A simple email sent at the right hour can end a year of compromised peace. A clean no can give you back a decade. A humble apology can end a generational pattern of pride. A first page written can birth the thing I whispered to you long ago. A single act of forgiveness can break chains you forgot you wore. Steps make stories. This is how your story turns. And remember this: I will meet you in the step. I will not abandon you mid-obedience. When you press send, I will be in the room the message creates. When you walk into the meeting, I will already be seated in the chair of peace. When you set the boundary, I will be the firmness in your spine and the gentleness in your tone. When you start, I will breathe on your effort so that consistency feels possible and progress becomes visible. Not because you earned it with nervous striving, but because you aligned with me. Now, again, quiet your room, hand on your chest, ask, what did you already tell me? Listen, the first clear answer is the one. No more arguments, no more elaborate delays. Write it, time it, do it within 24 hours. Then let that one act become a pattern of posture. This is divine timing meeting your life in real time. Your moment is not waiting for a grand gesture. It is asking for a grounded yes. Do the next right thing you have been avoiding. I am with you. I am for you. And as you move, the peace you have been craving will rise and walk beside you like a faithful friend. My child, attention. Listen carefully now. Do not mistake what you are feeling in your chest as a sign to stop. If you feel fear, it does not mean turn back. It means you are finally standing at the door. Your body is noticing change. Your nerves are registering newness. That is not your compass. That is a normal signal that something significant is near. Fear at the doorway is not a stop sign. It is evidence you are near the life you asked me for. I want you to hear this with clarity and safety. Shaking is not failure. That tremble is your old self realizing it will no longer control the steering wheel. You are breaking patterns that kept you small. You are walking beyond rehearsed avoidance. Of course, there is friction at the point of freedom. Chains rattle most right before they fall. Your stomach flips not because you are wrong, but because your history is encountering a different future. Let the tremble tell you the truth. You have arrived at the threshold. Now breathe. Not panic, presence, not rushing, responsiveness, not proving, obeying. Let that cadence settle into your bones. Fear shouts headlines it cannot substantiate. Presence whispers the instruction you already know. Fear will try to sell you elaborate delays in the name of caution. Responsiveness will move you in quiet, measured obedience. Fear will want you to perform to earn safety. Obedience knows safety is a person, me, and moves accordingly. If your heart is racing, let me lead you through it. Put your feet on the ground. Place your hand on your chest. Slow your breath until your ribs remember I am here. Say my name. Let my peace rise under your sternum like a tide that does not rush but does not recede. Then tell your body the truth your spirit already knows. This is alignment. We are safe in God. We are doing the next right thing. You are not ignoring your feelings. You are calibrating them to reality. I am with you in this body. I crafted those nerves. I can steady them. Let them be instruments, not instructors. I am not asking you to be fearless. I am asking you to be led. Courage is not the absence of sensation. Courage is the refusal to be governed by it. If your hands shake while you dial, dial anyway. If your voice quivers as you speak the boundary, speak anyway. If your knees feel light as you walk into the meeting, walk anyway. The tremble will not last. The fruit of obedience will. You do not need to feel like a hero. You need to act like a son, a daughter, a steward of what I already told you. Consider how fear has tried to sit in the driver's seat. It tells you to gather a little more information, to ask one more person, to wait for a day that has no butterflies. But I did not design decision-making to be hostage to perfect calm. Peace and tremble can coexist as you move. There is the false peace of avoidance, numbness purchased by delay, and there is the true peace of agreement, settledness that walks with you as you obey. One anesthetizes, the other animates. Choose the peace that moves. Hear me say this with weight. I go before you and I stand with you. You will not be alone in the consequences of your yes. I am your covering in outcomes you cannot predict. I am your witness when others do not understand. I am your vindication in due time. I am your counselor in the moment of decision and your comfort after the dust settles. You fear the unknown, but I am not unknown to you. My presence is not theoretical. It will be practical in the very room your obedience creates. You worry about, what if it goes wrong? Alignment is not a tightrope, it is a path with grace along the edges. If you move with me, correction will be near and redirection gentle. The greater danger is not a misstep on a living path. It is training your heart to delay when you already know what is right. Do not form a habit of waiting for all the feelings to agree. Feelings make poor leaders. They are better reporters. Let them report, then let truth lead. Your adversary would like to reinterpret adrenaline as prophecy of failure. It is not. It is simply your body warming up for a new route. Do not let a warm-up send you home. Do not let a shiver redefine a season. You prayed for forward. Forward is here. And yes, forward has weather. You can walk in weather with me. You already have. Let me speak to the scenarios looping in your mind. What if they think I am harsh? Your boundary is not a blade. It is a gate that protects what I am building through you. What if I lose access? If access requires the sacrifice of integrity, it is not access I gave. What if I am not ready? Readiness grows as you move. You will meet capacity at the pace of obedience. What if I disappoint them? You are not called to be everyone's constant comfort. You are called to be faithful. Faithfulness may disappoint some expectations. It will delight my heart and align your life. So here is how you will stand at the door without hype. Anchor in me. Name the step out loud. Keep it embarrassingly simple. Do it within the time we set. When fear hums, respond with my rhythm. Not panic, presence, not rushing, responsiveness, not proving, obeying. Then move the foot that is nearest to the hinge. Small motion, true direction. You do not need a battle cry. You need a clean yes. Let me remind you who you are when fear tries to tell you otherwise. You are not fragile. You are formed. You are not late. You are aligned. You are not a hostage to mood. You are a host of my spirit. You are not an exile of your past. You are an envoy of your future. I chose you not because you never flinched, but because you kept saying yes after you did. Many start strong, few stay steady. You stayed. Now let steadiness become motion again, even if your hands are not perfectly still. Say this with me as a steady confession. I will not be ruled by delay. I will be led by obedience. Again, let your mouth train your mind and your body will follow. I will not be ruled by delay. I will be led by obedience. Feel how peace partners with those words. Let them become your baseline as you approach the handle. Now, child, one more breath. Feel my nearness settle your edges. Put your palm on the door, not on the panic. Do the next right thing you have been avoiding, not as a stunt, but as a step. I am already in the room. Your yes will open. I have set the chair of peace there. I have prepared the light. Do not wait for the butterflies to leave. Walk with them fluttering around your courage. They will find their way out when you find your way in. Fear is loudest at thresholds it cannot control. Let its volume remind you that you are exactly where you need to be. The doorway does not demand perfection. It asks for presence and a willing foot. This is divine timing meeting your life in real time. Receive it without drama. Answer it without delay. Move with me. And as you do, watch fear shrink to the size of a feeling on a path governed by faith. Step through. I am with you, before you, beside you, behind you. My child, attention. Listen carefully now. Do not skip this. Let me close what you keep reopening. You have cut cords with your words and then stitched them back with a late-night scroll. You have ended cycles in prayer and then restarted them with a just checking in text. You have poured out the bottle and then kept the cork, just in case. You have unfollowed and then searched their name, blocked and then peeked from a different window. You return to rooms that drained you and call it closure, but it reopens the wound. Hear me with love and firmness. Every time you crack a door I closed, you leak peace you cannot afford to lose. I am not punishing you with boundaries. I am protecting who you are becoming. What I close is not a commentary on your worth or their worth. It is a covering for your calling. I guard your pace. I guard your peace. I guard your purity. I am shepherding your focus because the assignment in front of you requires a different level of attention than the patterns behind you. This is not rejection. This is redirection. This is not cruelty. This is care. When I close, it is because alignment requires separation from what confuses your yes. You have called some reopenings kindness. You have told yourself you were being wise, being civil, being available, being Christian. But listen, compassion without clarity is corrosion to your calling. Civility that resurrects cycles is not love. It is leakage. Availability that violates your boundaries is not ministry. It is martyrdom to someone else's comfort. I am not asking you to be harsh. I am asking you to be holy. Holiness looks like integrity in your gates. What you allow through your eyes, your ears, your time, your space. Let me name the gates you must guard. Your eyes. Stop visiting pages that stir old cravings or keep you tethered to old identities. Your ears. Mute the threads that rinse you with gossip and call it keeping in touch. Your mouth. Do not keep promising future access to people I asked you to lovingly release. Do not apologize for the boundary I gave you as protection. Your time. End the open door calendar that says yes by default. Your body. Guard your sleep like strategy. Tired souls make messy choices. Your home. Clear the drawer that stores memories you use as excuses to go back. Gates are sacred. Guard them and you will feel your discernment sharpen. Make it practical. Remove the app for a season, not as a stunt but as stewardship. Unfollow, block, mute. Archive the thread you reread at midnight. Delete the number you keep for emergencies that always somehow look like loneliness. Change your notifications from every tone to essential only. Establish do not disturb hours that answer for you when your resolve is thin. Put your phone to bed before you do. Keep screens out of the room where I want to meet you at dawn. Schedule prayer the way you schedule meetings, by name, by hour, by place. Guard your sleep window. Your brain and your spirit need that margin to hear me without static. This is boundary as worship. Alignment over approval. Solitude over noise, discipline over dopamine. Choose the quiet where my whisper is clear over the crowd where your courage dissolves. Choose the routine that seems unimpressive over the rush that leaves you scattered. Choose the simple pattern, early prayer, deep work, honest rest, over the emotional casino of endless scrolling and endless small talk. Do not tell yourself you are built different than your biology. You have a nervous system. It listens to your choices. Train it with boundaries that bless your calling. You worry people will call you cold. Hear me, a boundary is not a blade. It is a gate. Gates open to what is aligned and close to what is not. You can be kind and clear at the same time. You can bless without granting access. You can forgive without re-entry. You can love someone and still protect the garden I am growing in you. Love is patient and kind. It is also wise and well guarded. I am not setting you up to be rude. I am setting you free to be faithful. I saw how reopening has cost you. I saw the energy you lose on days you peek back at what I asked you to leave. I saw the spiral that follows the late-night revisit, the fuzziness in your prayer, the dullness in your work, the heaviness that pretends to be just a mood. I am interrupting you because I love your clarity. Clarity is costly, but confusion is more expensive. Pay the small price now. Awkward moments, fewer invitations, a simpler social feed, and you will save your life from the expensive toll of chronic distraction. Do not romanticize what was wrecking you. Nostalgia edits the footage. It mutes the arguments and loops the highlight reel. It forgets the Sunday night ache, the Monday morning fog, the apology you kept rehearsing because your conscience stayed unquiet. I am not calling you back to a better version of a bad story. I am calling you forward to a faithful version of my story in you. Let me close what keeps you circling the same block. So here is how you will walk it out with me. Write your primary boundary in one sentence, what you will no longer do, access, answer, or tolerate. Short, clear, repeatable. Communicate it once where needed, in kindness, without a cushion of loopholes. Do not sermonize. Do not explain to be liked. Then design one enforcement action for the first test. Block, decline, do not reply, leave the doorstep, end the meeting early if the line is crossed. Pre-decide so you do not rely on thin willpower in hot moments. Put your boundary where your future self can see it, on paper, on your wall, on your lock screen. Make alignment easier than relapse. Now, restructure your environment around your yes. Put the Bible where your phone used to sleep. Place your running shoes by the bed. Keep water on your desk and the app you use to indulge in off your phone entirely. Set a recurring appointment with me in the quiet hours before noise can find you. Choose a weekly window of longer stillness with me. Walk and pray, journal and listen, read and rest, non-negotiable. Sabbath is not a luxury. It is a boundary against burnout. Your soul is not a machine. When you guard your rest, you guard your revelation. If you waver, do not spiral into shame. Return to alignment at the next breath. Boundaries are not vows of perfection. They are rhythms of protection. If you slip, do not reopen everything as if one misstep erases the path. Tighten the gate. Ask for help from the safe voices I have placed in your life. Let another's steady presence anchor you when your emotions argue. You are not weak for needing support. You are wise for arranging it. Hear me say this with steady love. I am not entertaining you. I am appointing you. The work before you needs the bandwidth you keep bleeding into reopened doors. The relationships I am sending require you to stop revisiting dynamics that drain your honesty. The clarity you crave lives on the other side of consistent boundaries. When you guard your gates, you hear me clearer. When you protect your edges, you move with more certainty. This is divine timing, meeting your life in real time. Protection now so momentum can sustain. You ask, will this make me lonely? For a breath, it may feel like it. Withdrawal from noise can feel like emptiness at first. But silence is not absence. Silence is alignment forming. In that quiet, your discernment recovers. Your creativity returns. Your appetite for shallow stimulation dulls, and your hunger for what nourishes grows. I will fill the spaces you clear. I will send the right voices at the right time. I will saturate the solitude with my companionship until solitude becomes strength. Now, my child, agree with me. Let me close what you keep reopening, not with drama, with a click, with a delete, with a boundary spoken once and enforced consistently, with a schedule that gives your spirit room, with a bedtime that honors your body, with a morning that meets me before the world does. This is not harshness, this is honor, the way you honor the future I am building through you. Say it with me. I choose alignment over approval. I choose solitude over noise. I choose discipline over dopamine. And as you keep the gate, watch how peace settles, how focus returns, how courage holds, and how the next instructions come clearer, sooner, gentler. Boundaries are not a cage. They are a door frame for destiny. Stand inside it. Hold it closed where it must be closed. And move with me through every door I open next. My child, attention. Listen carefully now. You are not being pressured. You are being positioned. This is not a rush. This is a setting in place. Not frenzy, but fit. Not a shove, but a seat prepared for you. My timing does not rush, and it does not lag. It aligns. If you are seeing this now, it is finally your time. Not early, not late. Divine timing meeting your life in real time. Hear my heart and my history with you. I saw when you stayed faithful without applause. I saw the nights you kept your heart soft, when disappointment would have hardened it. I saw you close your mouth when retaliation would have felt good for a moment, but would have cost you your peace. I saw you show up for small things when your dreams were large and unseen. I saw you take correction without running from me. I saw you forgive while the wound was still tender. I saw you pray for those who misread you. I saw you give quietly when it would have been easy to perform loudly. I saw you return to the simple disciplines again after faltering instead of sinking in shame. I saw. None of it was wasted. All of it is counted. I did not choose you because you were flawless. I chose you because you were faithful in small things, because you stayed teachable when pride tried to make you defensive, because you let me father you in private when you felt unseen in public, not because you were perfect, but because you were willing, not because you never stumbled, but because you never let a stumble become your story. Many start strong, few stay steady, you stayed, and now I can trust you with more. Do you wonder why the nudge is on you this strongly? Because you have been found faithful in the field that did not look like a stage. You guarded the sheep no one counted. You stewarded the hidden hours that do not trend. You trained your mouth not to curse your own path. You let silence teach you to listen. Silence was not absence. Silence was alignment forming. While others chased noise, you chose nuance with me. Now I place you, not to inflate you, but to entrust through you what I have been building within you. Take this in without arguing against yourself. You did not waste those years. You gained substance. The detours you mourned became depth you carry. The slowness you resented protected you from collapses speed would have caused. Selection is not about speed. It is about substance. I choose those who can carry weight without warping. Your endurance has become architecture in you, load-bearing character that can hold the next instructions without collapsing into compromise. When I say you are being positioned, I am saying I am setting you into a fit that matches what I formed in you. Think of a key shaped in hidden grinding finally meeting the lock it was made for. Think of a cornerstone being lowered into an alignment that steadies a whole structure. That is what this is. Positioning has pressure, yes, but it is the purposeful kind that holds you in place, not the chaotic kind that pushes you past your peace. Pressure shouts, hurry or lose it. Positioning whispers, sit where I set you and watch me open what only I can. This is positioning. Breathe. So now, child, rise into the name I have been calling you in secret. You are not an afterthought. You are an appointment. You are not tolerated. You are trusted. You are not a runner from pain. You are a steward of purpose. You are not fragile. You are formed. You are not merely talented. You are tempered. You are chosen by endurance. Chosen because you let perseverance finish its work instead of forcing an early exit. I am asking you to live like you believe, what I have whispered for years. Let your life match your spirit. Walk with the posture of someone I have trained, not the apology of someone perpetually auditioning. Do not perform for rooms I did not send you to. Enter the rooms I open with the peace of a son or daughter who knows they belong because I sent them. Speak clearly without over-explaining. Say no without guilt where I have drawn a line. Accept favor without suspicion. Receive correction without collapse. This is maturity. This is the fruit of your endurance. Remember how I have led you. Steady pace, honest rest, small, faithful steps. Keep that cadence. Positioning requires humility and courage at the same time. You will resist false humility that pretends you are less than I say you are. You will resist pride that tries to grab more than I am giving. You will let me define the measure. You will not shrink back from the table I prepare because you fear what others will think. You will not climb onto a table I did not set. I am your place. I am your portion. Stay with me and you will sense the difference. I saw the moments you thought you failed me because you moved slowly. I saw the grief when opportunities passed you by. I also saw how those very losses kept you with me, and with me you grew roots. The tree with deep roots does not dread the wind. Now the wind will come, but you will not be uprooted. You will not have to hold your breath to keep this place. You will breathe and obey, and watch me maintain what I have given. Let me tell you plainly why I can trust you now. You no longer equate image with influence. You know the worth of the quiet place. You do not despise the hidden work. You know how to apologize and adjust without spiraling into unworthiness. You do not confuse charisma with character. You prefer clean conscience over crowded rooms. You are slow to speak and quick to listen. These are the marks of someone I can position without losing them to the crowd. These are the reasons this nudge is specific, this timing precise. I am not rushing you. I am positioning you. I am not threatening you with a fleeting window. I am inviting you into a prepared one. Windows open for those who are ready to step through. Readiness is not a feeling. Readiness is alignment formed by endurance. And you have it. Let that sink in. Let the shame that says too late dissolve in the truth that says right on time. Let the lie that says you don't deserve this bow to the reality that says grace chose you and endurance shaped you. Now, child, stand up inside your yes. Lift your head. Roll your shoulders back. Let peace settle your pace and clarity settle your voice. Do not apologize for the boundary I gave you to preserve this positioning. Do not negotiate with people-pleasing for a seat I have already secured. Carry yourself as one who belongs because you belong to me. Your endurance has qualified you for this next instruction. Your yes will be weighty, not because you are striving, but because I have made you sturdy. You will notice how quickly your life begins to match your spirit. The way you decide, the way you work, the way you rest, the way you love. Old habits of hesitation will feel foreign. New rhythms will feel natural, not because you became someone else overnight, but because you finally let your outside agree with the inside I have been forming. This is the identity upgrade you have been sensing in fragments, not louder, truer, not busier, aligned. Stay with me here. Do not look for a crown. Look for the next instruction. Your positioning is for purpose, not pedestal. I am not entertaining you. I am appointing you. And as you move in what I have set before you, you will discover a surprising ease. Not the absence of effort, but the absence of striving. This is the sign of fit. This is the gift of endurance rewarded. Walk it out, child. Not pressured, positioned, not hustling, held, not proving, obeying. Many start strong, few stay steady, you stayed. Now step forward as one I can trust, and let your life answer what your spirit already knows. I chose you, and I am with you, and it is time. My child, attention! Stay with me here. Do not skip this. Do not treat this as noise. This is where the nudge becomes a life you can stand on. This is where intention becomes obedience. This is where your spirit's quiet yes becomes motion in real time. I am not entertaining you. I am appointing you. When I interrupt you like this, it is because movement is required. Not early, not late. Now. Breathe and be present with me. Place your attention in my presence. Let your shoulders drop. Let your jaw unclench. Let the hurry leave your chest. I am here. Silence was not absence. Silence was alignment forming. This is divine timing meeting your life in real time. I have already answered you in your spirit. What you need now is not another sign, but a sealed yes. Let us seal it together. Pray with me out loud. Let your own ears hear your heart choose. Say, Father, I open my whole life to you right now. I confess I have delayed what I already knew. I confess I called avoidance wisdom and named hesitation caution. I asked you for signs you already placed inside me. I release that need for endless confirmation. Today I choose obedience over bargaining, responsiveness over rumination, presence over panic. Forgive my delays, clean my motives, align my actions. Now be specific. You will not be vague with me. Bring to me the exact step you have delayed. Name it. Whisper it if you must, but do not hide it. Say, this is the step. Name it plainly. Place it in my hands without arguing. Do not dress it in excuses. Do not cushion it with when I feel ready. Set it here. I am not shaming you. I am shouldering you. I know the weight of it, and I am well able to carry what you cannot. Now pray this with me. Give me courage to do the next right thing today. Give me clarity to act without fanfare. Give me steadfastness to hold my boundary when it is tested. I choose alignment over approval. I choose discipline over dopamine. I choose the quiet where your whisper is clear over the noise that dissolves my resolve. I agree with your timing. I agree with your way. I agree to move when you say move. Let my steadiness move through you now. Let this settle inside you, not as hype, but as truth. Steady, grounded, obedient. Feel my peace meet you under the ribs, not because the path is effortless, but because you are not walking it alone. I was preparing your heart before I moved your circumstances. You are not late. You are aligned. You are not overlooked. You are appointed. Selection is not about speed. It is about substance. I chose you because you stayed when it would have been easier to drift. Many start strong, few stay steady. You stayed. Now your steadiness becomes a step. Listen closely when this moment ends. My voice in you does not. When you finish listening, you will still hear me because I was already speaking before this moment found you. I will speak to you in the same cadence I have trained your heart to know. Simple, clean, without drama. Expect direction to arrive as a sentence, not a speech. Expect a check when you drift and a nudge when it's time to move. Expect peace to return as you obey, not before you decide. I am not a pushy stranger. I am your Father. My sheep hear my voice. You know me. Now we mark your yes with clarity. Say, yes, Lord. Again, yes, Lord. Without clauses, without negotiations, without stalling for perfect calm. Your yes is your seal. Your yes is your alignment. Your yes will open what your study could not. Your yes will close what your nostalgia keeps reopening. Do not wait for butterflies to leave. Walk with them fluttering around your courage. They will settle on the other side. Make it measurable with me. Within the window, we both know. Today, within the next hours, I want you to take the smallest true action that carries your yes into the world. Send the message, make the call, draft the resignation, book the appointment, file the application. Speak the boundary, set the alarm, delete the app, move the money, pack the bag, open the document, begin the fast, start the plan. Choose the one step you have avoided and do it. Small motion, true direction, not performance, obedience. You fear getting it wrong. Hear me again. Alignment is not a tightrope. It is a path with grace along the edges. If you move with me, correction will be near and redirection gentle. The greater danger is not misstepping in movement. It is hardening your heart with practice delay. I am not asking you to manufacture outcomes. I am asking you to agree with what I already put in your spirit. Agreement is your job. Outcome is mine. Now receive my stabilization. I speak order to your thoughts. I speak rest to your nervous system. I speak quiet to the loop that plays worst-case scenes. I speak clarity to your calendar. I speak courage to your mouth. I speak strength to your hands. Peace return as they obey. Peace clothe them as they move. Peace steady them when they are misunderstood. Peace fill the room their yes opens. Pray this: Lord, I renounce every negotiation I have stored as a backup plan. I release substitutes for obedience. I refuse to reopen what you are closing. I place my reputation, my access, my timing, and my outcomes in your hands. Teach my feet your rhythm, not panic, presence, not rushing, responsiveness, not proving, obeying. I receive grace to act simply and to persevere quietly. I receive wisdom to say little and do the right thing. I receive stamina to hold the line you gave me. I cover you now. I go before you and make a way through what felt tangled. I stand beside you as a witness when you choose alignment over approval. I stand behind you as a guard over what we begin today. I am your counselor in the deciding and your comfort in the aftermath. You will not be alone in the consequences of your yes. I am your vindication in due time, not early, not late. Let me say it plainly so you carry no confusion. You are not being pressured, you are being positioned. The window is real and it is near. This is not entertainment. This is not motivation. This is appointment. This is formation meeting motion. Everything I built in you in the quiet, the endurance, the soft heart, the teachability has brought you to this threshold. The next right step will not crush you. It will confirm you. Now we seal it. Place your hand on your heart and say, "Yes, Lord, I agree. I will do what you showed me. I will begin today. I will finish what I start with you. My life is yours. My timeline is yours. My name is yours." Let the amen rise from a deep place. Amen is not a period, it is permission. It releases angels to help. It releases strength to sustain. It releases clarity to continue. When you stand up from this moment, move something in the direction of your yes. Write the sentence you will send. Break the link you keep using to return. Put the reminder on your phone. Set the timer for focused work. Text the safe friend, "I did it." Put the Bible where your phone used to sleep. Give your body to my rhythm and your schedule to my wisdom. This is how peace becomes practical. I am with you. My presence will feel like quiet courage. My guidance will feel like simplicity where there was complexity. My protection will feel like closed doors you no longer resent. My favor will find you as you stay aligned. Do not aim for dramatic. Aim for faithful. Do not wait for the perfect feeling. Wait on me for a breath and then obey. You will feel the difference, not the false calm of avoidance, but the living peace of agreement that walks with you into rooms and lingers when you leave. Now go. Do not delay. Rise from this moment and do the next right thing you have named. I will strengthen you as you move, and peace will return as you obey. This is divine timing meeting your life in real time. Not early, not late. Move with me. And as you do, you will discover I was already in the room. Your yes would open, the chair of peace already set, the light already warm. Go, my child. I am with you, before you, beside you, behind you. Amen.